At the start of this semester, we were tasked by the national grocery chain Colesworth with developing a TRL-3 warehouse robot prototype that demonstrates the potential of autonomous solutions to address challenges faced in grocery store and warehouse restocking environments. Over the last 13 weeks, we have developed the G.O.A.T system as a TRL-3 prototype to the request made by Colesworth. To simplify the management of this project, we divided the work into four main subsystems: mobility, navigation, vision, and item collection.
Hi, I'm Josh and I was in charge of mobility. My system had to drive fast and slow, complete tight rotations, drive up ramps, and over obstacles. I achieved this by designing a robust chassis that could support my selected components of two 10-to-1 geared motors with encoders, wide chunky rubber wheels, and large 3D printed caster wheels, all while integrating with all other subsystems. The main driver for mobility success were the geared micromotors that were powered by and controlled through a DC motor driver hat. These motors also provided critical encoder feedback for navigation, as well as allowing a smooth overdamped PID controlled system.
Hello, my name is Bray, and for this project, I worked on the item collection subsystem. Our gripper design used a rack and pinion mechanism driven by a stepper motor. The stepper motor rotates its gear and drives two racks attached to the gripper pads in opposite directions, allowing the gripper pads with compliant material to close around an object. The gripper is connected to the frame through a parallel linkage and driven by a large servo motor. This linkage ensures the gripper remains level with the shelves as the arms lift the item. The frame then integrates with the mobility chassis. Overall, the design uses only a few moving parts, making it robust and efficient, while also leaving sufficient space for the integration of other components and subsystems. Both the servo motor and the stepper motor are powered and driven through the GPIO pins on the Raspberry Pi 5.
Hi, my name is Jenna and I worked on the Vision subsystem. The Vision subsystem uses color segmentation in the HSV color space due to its computational efficiency and robustness to illumination changes compared to the RGB space. The separation of color information from brightness enables more consistent detection under varying lighting conditions. This approach achieves on average 175 frames per second, superior to the deep learning alternative for this challenge at a predicted 10 to 12 frames per second. A critical design decision was implementing fixed camera settings. Auto exposure and auto white balance caused color shifts as the robot moved between aisles, creating false detections. With fixed settings, Vision achieved 98% reliability with accuracy between plus or minus 5 centimeters and 2 degrees, enabling it to confidently feed distance and bearing data to navigation for alignment and velocity control. In the future, additional features to the integrated system, like this obstacle detection and midpoint guidance to the picking bay ramps, could compensate for variations in mechanical reliability and improve overall robustness.
Hello, my name is Natalia and I did the navigation subsystem. There are two main actions that use Vision to center the road to these landmarks, the L alignment and the item alignment. There's a main action that uses the encoders, which basically just allows navigation to cover a desired distance and angle. And we have an extra functionality that was not included in the sequence, but is also avoiding obstacles. The final product. While the robot goes through the order file and organizes it so that it always goes to the first picking bay, we have an LED sequence that indicates startup in the LED PCB. Then the robot aligns with the aisle markers from the third row. Then it rotates to get to the first picking bay and uses encoder data to travel this specific distance. The item collection then gets ready to pick up the item, and with Vision, we align to the item to go up the ramp. After we ensure the item is in our possession, the item collection then secures the item, and then the robot will travel a specific distance backwards to go off the ramp. Then we turn to our desired angle. In the order data, we can organize the shelf number to know which aisle we have to go to. Thanks to this, the robot can cover any specific distance using the encoders. After the robot has traveled to the aisle, we then align with the aisle markers using Vision and then cover a specific distance to the desired bay. When the robot arrives to the bay, the robot then takes a step back to allow the item collection to move freely without crashing into the shelves, and then it moves forwards to ensure the item is placed. Item collection then moves the arm to the desired height, and then it releases the item. After that, the robot tries to move backwards while aligning with the aisle to then move to the second picking bay. To get to the second picking bay, it uses encoder data as we have used previously to cover a specific distance. After it arrives to the second picking bay, it does the same sequence as it gets the item collection ready, and it tries to go up the ramp to collect the item again.
And with further funding from Colesworth, your stores could look as full as this one.